Hi everybody, Teddy here. So I started watching this new anime called Hunter x Hunter, and honestly, it's gotten really interesting. I've gone through the first 45 episodes, and I just wanted to share my thoughts, I guess, as I watched it. And following the series, I want to also, I guess, discuss quite a few, honestly, points of the series. So I didn't realize the name, you're not supposed to read the X in pretty much anything. Well, further notes. The Hunter exam is insane. They go to a random island. They have to answer questions, I guess, about being morally good. I think the question that, oh, by the way, spoilers. Spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen the series, spoilers. But, I mean, they start having like moral testing questions. Like, would you say A or B? If there's no right answer, then they're trying to lean towards the side of neither side is okay. You have to sort of pick it in the moment. But yeah, it really is weird because after that, apparently they don't care about torture or um, murder or poisoning. Yeah, should have definitely saved that grandma. Um, so yeah, it seems like hunters have no moral compass. That's what it just I get that impression. Like, sure, some people do, but that's just because they're outliers. I don't really think, for the most part, any of them really have any. They all seem to be okay with, like, I've gone through so far in the series, forgeries. They're okay with murder. They're okay with torture. They're okay with, I don't know, stealing. They don't really care about any of that. And that makes me question this. Is their government okay with this? Have they actually, like, are they involved in this? That's another question it brings to me. And some characters, I guess, I've had some questions on. Lots of questions for some specific ones, anyways. Hisoka, I think that's how you pronounce it. Please correct me if I'm wrong. He is the most creepy character I've ever come across in terms of like a yikes creepy, not like a fear creepy. Even more so than Elder Toguro from Yu Yu Hakusho. Honestly, really off-putting character and at times relatable. Very strange, but definitely creepy. And he's definitely OP. Like, they just brought in some of the most OP characters day one. Like, yeah, obviously he wasn't supposed to kill anybody. He couldn't do that because that would ruin the show. And um, some thoughts I've got here. It seems like the exam episodes, they're a lot more relatable than the future ones afterwards. It starts going really off the rails way after that. And another thing I've noticed, the world map is kind of just inverted continents from the real world. So obviously, a lot of people probably noticed that, but I thought that was kind of interesting. Another note: it took Gon 3 days to something like 3 days to pass the hunter exam. Maybe that is way off. I don't know. But it's about that time it felt like, and that means pretty much anybody that completed it, because they all kind of had to complete it at the same time. It wasn't like you finished first because you're fast at it or something. Everyone was kind of on the same schedule, and it's crazy how that sets them up for life. And they didn't have to even do the craziest of feats, except for maybe like running 80 kilometers in like 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours. That was a bit insane. Um, like, you could maybe say jumping into the volcano or something, but even that, as long as you just sort of waited for everyone else to do their thing and you knew what to do, you could have just did what they did. You didn't have to even do anything hard. And You probably didn't even have to get there because you could have been that one guy that actually knew how to cook. You could have known how to cook the most basic pork dish. And yeah, and she would have probably, the lady would have probably passed you. So I wouldn't say that's the hardest feats right there, for, at least in the world of Hunter x Hunter. So something I'm not sure about, but I'm pretty sure, but no certainty. Jennies are like pennies, right? When they say 800 million Jennies accumulated. Because if so, then Gon and Killua, again, sorry if I mispronounce anything, accumulated like I don't know. During the Heaven's Arena tournament, they accumulated like 800 million pennies, so roughly $8 million in a few months. It's crazy. It's stupid fast. I mean, that actually makes me question at this point in the story why they're even bothering to do anything, any of these things that they're doing, when they could just go back, earn some money there. But maybe it's the timeline. But I can't imagine what they're doing now is any faster. So yeah, the Hunter exam. I don't get it. It lets you die in some random places, and it even like encourages it at times. But it doesn't want you to kill in the final part. What, do they enjoy torture, or do they think killing in the last part's wrong so that they wouldn't lose applicants, but it's okay to lose them early on? Yeah, that doesn't really make sense to me, at least. And I feel like that feels like a moral contradiction. Um, and speaking of characters, I guess tangent probably, but Killua, 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 Killua. I don't know. He has, from what I'm noticing, surprising the most relatable character. He is the most relatable character compared to nearly every single one in the show. And his family is crazy. You think that's the kid that would be damaged for life, not literally anybody. I mean, he's got his problems, but in terms of just like his internal monologue, he's very relatable. He seems like just a normal kid for the most part. Shy of some exceptions. But yeah, his family is crazy. And I guess this is kind of expected since they're assassins, but they torture their own family members. And then they have nice conversations. I don't get that. Like Killua with his dad. Although, to be honest, near the end, it felt like we were getting a bit of a red herring there, giving us the impression that his dad was relatable and nice, but then turns out to be another asshole. So yeah, his friendship with Gon is adorable. I'm not gonna lie there. It it really makes you wonder, because at times I'm able to like play off the lack of morals that children have in the show, or I mean, like acts that they think are okay. But then again, they are children. They're still growing, and maybe they just haven't learned it yet. Like the right way that something what's okay and what's not okay to do, and I don't really understand. But at the same time, Gon is he feels so off. Um, they started going over Nen, and they've gotten a bit into it as of recent, but I'm still learning a bit more about that. Um, I want to go over this in another video just because it's a huge topic of the show. The Nen system, how it works, the type of that people can be born with certain types of Nen, but use others as well. and what categories different characters fall into, that's got to be its own video because it's too big to be covered here. Yeah, honestly, the show has really gone really off the rails. It started off with somebody just jumping on a ship and trying to make it to an island so that he could pass a course, to what I could describe as a Pokemon tournament arena with people and suddenly introducing a new concept of Nen, which is like their their unique utilization of life force energy. So, and from there, it just goes like 30 miles an hour from like just like nothing, like a halt. And we go into, you've got this place that you can go, York New. Okay, New York City, and you got some auction, you got some mafia people, you've got some bandits, etc., etc. Like all that happens like when the story starts off with a kid just fishing. So I think it's gotten really interesting so far. A lot to discuss, and I hope you'll be joining me next time. If you want to see more, please subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be notified about new videos. See you guys. Peace.